But today we have a super exciting topic. We're talking about the Pier 8 development. This is something that has been in the works for years and years and years. There's still a lot of proposals on the table. Things still aren't set in stone, but one thing that is set in stone is it's moving forward like it's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is awesome. But
I was just going to say, if you're not really familiar with Hamilton, or you're just not sure what Pier 8 is, if you go down to Bayfront, there's there's Williams, the cafe, and then there's that skating rink, and it's that whole area around it and behind where there used to be just, I guess it was gravel and parking lot.
Yeah, building all up there. So the development's pretty huge. I know you have the numbers for the residential. They're looking to build what, like 1,300 residential. They're doing like 40,000 square feet of commercial space, which is huge. And then I know they want to build a 1.6 kilometer, basically promenade walkway along the waterfront, which is amazing. But it's pretty cool development. I know you were looking into the developer.
Yeah, and we're gonna flash some pictures here because I think this development is so beautiful. This developer paired up with 3 big major architects in Ontario, and their basically design is built around pairing new with the old. So they're going to preserve the look of Hamilton, including steel and then new modern brick material, and they're all about modern, futuristic, and preserving the past, and I love that.
Which is awesome. And I know of those units, 1,300 being built, I know there was a provision put in there for affordable housing, which people are always talking about. I think it was 5% was allotted, so that's, I think it ends up being 65 units. And the one thing that's cool about it, they said, they got to be, these 65 units, whatever, have to be at least a 2-bedroom, which is good because then that helps people that have like a kid or, I don't know, a small family or something, find a little bit more space.
Yeah, and the whole idea of it too is to not just be development. There's going to be a mix of commercial, business, housing, towns. They have a allotted amount of towns that they're going to put in there, and I think it's going to be so beautiful.
They want street level towns on every block. That's what I was reading, which is cool.
Another big thing is they wanted more accessibility for people to get to the waterfront, because if you go down there right now, it's not very accessible, and I think that's an awesome idea they have too.
It is. It has been lacking. Like, I mean, obviously the trails are beautiful. Like, that's nice to walk in, the parks, the events, and that has always been great. But it's going to be so cool to have kind of that district, you know, where we can go. And even all the local shops they were talking about, they want all the retailers or restaurants and that sort of thing. They want it to be all local operators. So you have to be a local operator to have retail space in there, which I think we're going to see a lot of cool things pop up there, as opposed to just becoming a spot for these big chain stores and that type of thing. So that's really neat.
It kind of reminds me of, they used to have this mission, I don't know how familiar people are with Toronto, but the Queen's Quay, Queen's Quay, however you say it, they had the same idea. They wanted people in the city to have more access to waterfront and be a little more diverse and not just so concentrated in one area, and I think it's such a cool concept.
I would love it. I hope we end up seeing some kind of bar near the water.
Me
nice
too.
patio.
Yeah, definitely, you have to.
Priorities, right?
Yeah. And
the breakdown of the residential units is actually pretty interesting. So they are going to be condo units. They're not going to be rentals, but 60% are 1-bedrooms.
Yeah.
So
we can add the link as well in here. They are have access already to signing up for whenever they release them, but
and then the next second large, so 60% is 1-bedroom, so that's over 700 units, and then over 400 units are the 2-bedroom, and then then it's a mix of bachelor and 3 bedrooms, but 3 bedrooms is at the bottom. And I think part of the reason with these new builds, like the construction costs, when you look at every new construction building that's come up in Hamilton and even Grimsby, I went to that Century one, they're going around $1,000 a square foot. So when you think, and those are 2-bedroom units that are, 800-900 square feet. When you try to get something that's 3 bedrooms and it's 1,000 square feet, which you need at least that for 3 bedrooms, and they're going to be charging like $1 million for those. So I mean, I think part of it too is they're trying to think the reason they're doing so many 1-bedrooms is it's really all people can afford when they're like 500-600 square feet. That keeps it around the 500-600 mark. Right?
Affordability, and if I just think about our demographic, and sometimes I always think you're older, but our demographic and people.
How much older do you always think I am?
I don't know why. I think the young business mentality. They don't, less space, more convenience, and that whole city living with a single bedroom, and then you have your shops down there and your bars and one big thing coming together. It'll be cool.
So cool. I'm so excited for it.
I want to buy one.
Great. You know what? I don't know if I'd buy one for investment. I might. I don't know. I guess it depends on the prices.
Yeah.
But just even that location to the GO train, like what a game changer that whole area is going to be. Because right now, when you get past that GO train between that and the water, I find that it's kind of like there's nothing spectacular about it.
I agree.
Right? It kind of, you got that James Street hype up until Barton Street, up until the GO, and then it just kind of falls off a bit there by the water. So I think now that they're bringing that, boom, it's just going to bring the whole area up.
I agree.
So cool.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the development? We'd love to hear it. Actually, before we move on, do you have anything else to add to this topic? Or?
I could talk forever about this. So if you guys want to know more information about it, just message us. I've done so much research on it. I think it's so exciting, and it brings a lot of character to Hamilton, and it'll be a great future.
Absolutely. We love to hear what you think. Drop comments below. We love hearing from you guys. So let us know what you think.